Welcome inside a Panther Sports Talk Best of the Best Summer Show as we relive some of the greatest moments for UNI Athletics from the past year. Today, we recap a successful Big 12 Wrestling Championships, spotlight an All-American and MVFC Defensive Player of the Year, reflect on a deep postseason run for the basketball team, and we bring you stories on softball, volleyball, and men's hoops. Panther Sports Talk starts now.